Hi, everyone. So today I want to talk about a very important topic, especially for you. The topic that I want to talk about today is the immense and incredible uh, power and ability and love that we all have inside us. You see, each one of us is at the core love and capable of fantastic and amazing things. Each one of us is intuitive, is intelligent, can see connections, right? Can foresee the future in a way through their intuition. You're each this, amazing and skillful and powerful, person. There's a natural confidence within all of us, a natural um, readiness to explore life, and to make the unknown known and to feel comfortable in that. That is us at our core, you, me, and everyone. You know, there is this shining light inside each of us, and though this, shining light doesn't always, shine through. Right? That's what you maybe see in your own life or in the lives of others, people around you on the social media. There are people that are not, confident, are not, intuitive, are not feeling powerful. And that is, true. But that is a created layer on top of this, natural layer that we all are. Right. And what I always think about is how kids, move around space and how they tend to behave, before all this conditioning takes a hold of them. What do you see? You see that they, are quite fearless. They climb trees without a fear of falling. They speak to everyone, without a fear of people. And they smile. There's, love in their hearts. They speak their truth without a fear of, you know, oh, can I say this or not? There's this creativity that we explore. We laugh. We're loud. This is the natural state that is inside each of us. And this state, sometimes it disappears when we grow older through conditioning and experiences that we have, and we learn, certain lessons from our environment that, and maybe we're not supposed to say these things, or maybe we shouldn't, do that because what if things go wrong? And we are very intuitive, but we live in a rational world that values, facts and figures, right? And so we learn to let go of all these qualities, but nonetheless, these are always there inside of us, for us to turn to, right? And one of the ways, that you can return to this natural, confidence and power and creativity is simply by feeling the feelings that, you know are suppressed within you from previous experiences, right? So if you imagine this, powerful, loving core, or like a shining light, and then layered over that, there is emotions and pain and fear and trauma. And once you start to feel, those emotions, feel more in general, right? Those emotions s- start to, in a way, dissolve. They start to transmute the negative energy. Doesn't stay negative, but it changes into something, neutral or positive, right? And the more those layers are thinning, or disappearing in certain spots, the more this, light can shine out and come to the surface, right? And so, to give an example from my personal life, I've been uh, doing exactly this, feeling my emotions, the working up the courage to stop distracting myself, to stop, hiding, to stop, smoking weed is something that I used to do, but anything can be used as a coping, tool to hide from our emotions. Work, food, sport. Some people are using healthy things to not feel. And the thing is, those emotions stay there. But when I started to feel all these emotions, I started to notice that I felt different. I felt lighter. I started to feel more confident. I could think clearer. I have more access, to my i- intuition. I'm much more creative, social. I move around the room much more confidently than I did before, and it goes hand in hand with choosing also your mindset about yourself and about the things that you are doing, and believing about your future. It's not just feeling, but feeling has brought me so much, right? And so what I find interesting about this is that it's not so much about adding new things, learning new skills, or trying to create yourself into something new, because you are already that powerful, creative, intuitive, loving person. That is already you now, and you are already that person. It's just hidden away behind that other stuff. And so by logic, if you work through that other stuff, you know there is more room for that other stuff, that the natural core, to shine through. And you know this can also be um, somewhat easier, than creating yourself into this whole new person, and putting in a lot of effort, like in that way. Your like, emotions are here now, and they can be confrontational, but it's really just a matter of not distracting yourself, and then spending time with yourself, feeling when those emotions come up, and treating them with compassion, treating them like a part of you that was hurt. And as you start to work through the emotions, they become easier to manage. Like I remember when I started, this whole process 2 years ago, it, it was much more difficult, to feel those emotions and to not get stuck in them. But the more you practice, the easier it becomes, and with practice you can become aware when there's an emotion coming up, right? And you can figure out by yourself how to treat it in a way that works, for you, with compassion and with love and kindness. Now, you might ask, how do you exactly feel through an emotion? Well, the way I do it is that, I usually notice the emotion coming up in the form of a sensation, right? So either there's, like a tightness in my chest, or, I notice that I'm not as creative, anymore, right? Or there's a soft, like, beginning of an emotion coming forward. Let's say it's let's say it's anger, and then mentally, I clear the way. I speak to the emotion and welcome it in. And it's already coming in, right? The door's already open. Like, you can't stop it when it's coming forward. But you can make it a lot more difficult or easier, for it to come in and float back out, right? So once you feel that it's in and coming forward, it's important that you allow it to be there, to give it space. And then what I like to do is speak to it, with compassion, as if it's like a child, or as if it's a hurt hurt part of me, that just needs attention and acknowledgement, right? So, for example, if it's anger, that can feel, quite annoying, but that anger is there to protect you, right? So there's a part of you that was trying to protect you back in the day, but that perhaps you didn't really allow, and is now coming forward again, right? So speak to it encouragingly, lovingly, as if it's someone in your team, which essentially it is. And then what I like to do is, just give it time to be felt. You can either breathe through it, which is something that I sometimes do, but also the moving around, walking, but sometimes in circles, moving my body, shoulders, arms, just moving around a little bit. And this helps because emotions are stored in the body, in the nervous system, in the fascia, which is like this connected tissue around all your muscles, and also in some of the cells of your body. And so by moving around, you are assisting the release of tension, the release of emotional energy from your body. And then, usually after some time, like I start yawning, and there's usually like a sign that the like emotion is coming out, and there's a release of tension. So those are things that work for me. What doesn't work is resisting the emotion, like going against it, being angry or trying to get it out, as soon as possible. And this is sometimes a work in progress. But let's say you are hurt yourself, right? And then there's someone that comes to you and tries to get you to feel better, but you feel, he's just trying to get you going, so you can like he can go back to whatever it is that he was doing. You feel the like intention, behind it, and it doesn't make you open up. Similar to how you are treating your like own emotions, you can't really trick your own emotions in, um, yeah, and opening it up when you're not there, lovingly and compassionately. That's not, compassionate behavior. So I try to just, feel it through, give it time, and then before you know it, it's back to clarity and peace, and you start to feel when you start to feel a little bit better. But just flow with the sensations, yeah, and see what comes up for you.